Hello, everyone. This is Adam again. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. I do hope all you had a chipper and blessed day. Today, I'm doing episode number 82 for my TTM series. I have 5 weeks worth to get into. I'm wanting to do it this way because I'm a part of a Battle of the Decades contest, the 80s versus the 90s. And Team 80s, which is the one I'm on, is trying to get more TTM autographs back than Team 90s. And so I want to get all my points tallied up and help my team out. So I'm trying to do this and also kind of clean my slate up. I mean, working 2 jobs and just life, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do that. And also, as well, I'll be giving away 2 Hall of Fame autographs today. One from episode 81 that I had done, and as well one for this 82 episode. I will be giving out 3, not 2, but 3 hints today to the question I'm going to ask later. I'm going to ask 3 questions, and I'll be giving the clues out during this episode. So if you're interested in getting a Hall of Fame autograph, please stay alert and catch the clues and be the first one in the chat at the end when I ask the 3 questions, and you'll win an autograph of a Hall of Famer. But I do have 5 weeks worth. I'm going to kind of treat this like a video, so I can also kind of keep it condensed, maybe to get some of the TTM brothers to kind of watch this. So I might not be paying attention to the chat. I'm not trying to do that on purpose. Just want to keep this video rolling. I am going to actually do another live stream later where I can sit there and kind of maybe go back through some of these and chat about them, and also talk about some other hobby things I got going on and so on and so forth, and talk about my next mystery packs I'm going to have. I have a Derek Jeter autograph and a Reggie Jackson rookie card, just a couple of teasers, plus, like usual, several other nice, sweet Hall of Fame autographs too. So let me go ahead and flip this camera around, and we'll get this bad boy situated, and we'll start showing some TTMs. Oh, but before I do that, I do have to give away my first Hall of Fame autograph, which is going to be a NASCAR driver, Mr. Donnie Allison, Hall of Famer. Going to be giving that away. So good luck to everybody that entered that. Got the comment picker already ready to go with the hashtag Donnie. So we're going to continue, get all of our entrants. Evidently, we'll have only 8 this time. So 1 out of 8 chances. Good luck, everyone. TCBsprtscards, a fairly new member of my channel. So then this dude is around everybody's videos nowadays and commenting. Great support of the community. So congrats to you, my friend. And look at all those beautiful names in the chat. Sit there and shout out to all these awesome people as well. I'm going to get into these weeks worth of stuff. I do have the grand totals for this episode for these 5 weeks. I got, unfortunately, 7 dreaded RTSs, but I did have 88 returns. I'm going to have 29 total Hall of Famers, 29 Hall of Famers, and 2 for my Braves, and 3 new ones for my 86 top set. I'm up to, I think, like 294 of the 792 set, and I do have 39 points for my Team 80s. Let's go. So the first week here, I'll let y'all pause that if you like. But the dreaded RTS is Mr. Dave Fissel Ben, or whatever, however you pronounce that name. Send it to that address. If anybody knows a good address of him, please do let me know. The first return is going to be Mr. Bob Johnson, free of charge, 2 or 3. He keeps dupes, so that's the one card I was missing on the return. So please only send 1 of each of your cards, otherwise he'll keep the other one, just a PSA. Do have a beautiful Bengals vintage football cards right there. Mr. Bob Johnson. Thank you so much, Bob. All right. Next return is going to be Mr. Clarence Scott, free of charge. I've sent to him before and with good success, but this time I sent 4 and he kept 3 of them and sent this one back. And got him on the Browns again. Looks like it's going to be a couple of Browns. Oh, the other one's Bengals, I think. Yeah, this is Browns, not Bengals. Thinking I was going to be 2 Bengals or 2 Browns back to back, getting confused here. Next return is going to be Mr. Manny Sangillian. I sent $10. I know he's $5 per, and evidently he's definitely 5 per. I was hoping maybe I could sneak 3 in for 10, and he would sign all 3, but No, he's definitely a 5 per, y'all. And do have two of these beautiful vintage baseball, 73 tops and the 69 tops. And didn't get the ones in the A's for the 78 tops, but that will be going back out eventually. 2 of 2, Mr. Dowell Maxville, free of charge. Got him 73 tops and the 71 tops. Getting a lot of vintage ink back, which I'm very thrilled about. 4 of 3. So I got a little bonus ink from Mr. Merv Rittenmund, however you pronounce that name. Got some 77, 78, and 79. 3 years in a row. All, or the first two for the Padres and then one for the Angels. Some nice looking ink on that. As well, as usual, I'll always ask the uh, same questions each episode to kind of get some interaction in the chat. So as we're playing along through these TTMs, please let me know which one was your favorite TTM of the episode, or maybe per week this one, or a couple of your favorites, and also a couple of these guys that was your favorite athletes to watch play. Now I do have another Bengals one of Mr. Gary Burley here. Love these vintage football cards. I bought a big lot up, and I got another lot coming here soon from Matty Ice. We're doing a little trade, and he's sending me some vintage football fuel for TTMing. All right, first point for the Team 80s, Pat Leahy, free of charge, 3 of 3. Got him on a NFL leaders, and then a couple of solo cards there. Kicker for the Jets back in the day. Then we got Mr. D.D. Lewis, 3 of 3. Points for the 80s. For the the Cowboys. And I do have a duplicate there, so that'll eventually be getting traded out of my collection for maybe hopefully a new TTM that I don't have. Team 80s, 4 of 4, Frank Lewis. Lots of vintage football inking. Got another duplicate there. Bills and Steelers there. Love when players play for different teams and I can get different autographs from each team as well. Another Team 80, 6 of 4, Tom Griffin. Some of these guys are just so generous with their ink, and just love to sign and even write personal notes like that, best wishes and stuff. And then he's just signed one just in case, I wanted to collect index ink as well. I do have a little bit of an index PC going as well. Another point for the 80s, no dupes. He will keep them, 3 or 4. Mr. Bob Lacey, free of charge. And I'm getting a little bit over a cold as well. Sit there and was down pretty well for a couple of days. So every now and then I might take a little water break to kind of keep my fluids going to where I don't start coughing a whole bunch. Harold Jackson, free of charge. Points for the 80s, 5 of 3. Got some more index ink coming up and some vintage football. Did inscribed it with my name, but that's all good. 5-time Pro Bowler. Sometimes you just don't know how good some of these guys are until they sit there and tell you, hey, y'all, I'm a legit football player. I was in the Pro Bowl 5 times. How about it? How about it? Then sign some wonderful stuff there. Let you know which teams he played for. And once again, very proud that he's a 5-time Pro Bowler. And he should be. That's something not a whole bunch of people can say. 3 of 3 for the 80s, Ken Gearhart. Shout out to Mr. Autograph 2000 and his Baltimore Orioles. Got some beautiful 88 ink, Donruss and Score, and the Fleer there. If I'm not mistaken, that's his rookie. Don't hold me to it. Mr. Scott at Autograph 2000 would be able to know that for sure. 80s, Jim Breach, free of charge, 4 of 2. Once again, shout out to all the people in the chats that's watching this. Sit there and trying to keep this more like a video, and we'll do a second live stream after this to do more one-on-one interaction with all the awesome people. Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer, another point for the 80s, 101, $10 per. Love and get me some Hall of Fame ink. Check out this book Cubbies card on the OPG. Dennis Eckersley. Cubby fans, eat your heart out on that beautiful autograph. All right, all my hockey fans out there, got a Hall of Fame autograph. That's something else I meant to say at the beginning of this video. I got just about every sport you can think of. I even got an MMA fighter Hall of Famer autograph in this episode to show. Free of charge, Mr. Michael Goulet. 80s Hall of Fame rookie card 101. Bam. I've been getting some Hall of Fame autograph hockey players here recently and can't wait to get through them all. Got a couple in this episode here. Tom Mack, Hall of Famer 101, free of charge. Love this card here. Love this set of vintage football. Just love everything about it. The colors, just the script of the writing and everything. The font, I guess, is what it's probably called. All right, another Hall of Famer, Larry Little, free of charge for the Dolphins. Bam! Look at that card. Love that vintage football ink as well. And bam, talking about another Hall of Fame hockey player. Boom, here we go, Mr. Neil Broughton. All right. I don't know if Aaron signs, but that'd be a pretty cool card to maybe get a dual autograph on eventually. And then I got him on the Bowman there, and then another 91 score. I sent out his rookie card twice already and haven't got that back, so I don't know. And I sent money both times as well. He's free of charge typically, but I sent money to just hopefully maybe get it and maybe an inscription on it or something like that. No luck on the two rookie cards, so maybe he just doesn't sign his rookie cards. All right, week number 2 of the 5. There's the stats if you want to pause and check it out. All right, I had unfortunately 3 unsuccessful ones this week. 2 of them from Bill Nohorty. I know he's a Braves pitcher, and I sent out to him about once a year, and he finally sent them all back all at one time, and unsuccessful. Not sure if he charges. Oh yeah, he sit there and did. I wrote a note on it. He finally sit there and said, "Oh, I'm $5 per." So I mean, I wish you could have sent me my cards back years back, and I could have done sent you your $5 and got my autographs on them by now. So return to sender, Bruce Smith tried to go for a big boy one there, a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, Mr. Bruce Smith doesn't TTM, unfortunately. Oh, here's a really cool one. Alyssa Nakin, free of charge. She's that the first female baseball coach in the Giants organization. How cool is that? I was scared this was never coming back because this one was out for about a year. Finally got it back. Oh, Miss Nancy Kerrigan, free of charge, took my card and sent this instead. Check this out. I was thinking to my head, after she did this, I sent out a really sweet Nancy Kerrigan card, and she basically photocopied this. This is a photocopy of an Allen and Ginter card. It's not even a real Allen and Ginter. It's just a photocopy, and it's miscut. Is all like a little kid cut it out. It's in a complete regular box square or whatnot. It's bad. It's wrinkled kind of in a couple of places and two. And she sent this. So immediately in my head, I said, "Good job, Tanya Harding. Good job, Tanya Harding." But I'm just kidding, just joking. But somewhat secretly, I sat there and said, "You might have deserved that little knee bang now, girl." All right, Larry McCarron, 2 of 2, free of charge. Got the Packers, Larry McCarron. Both those cards look really sweet with ink on it. I know Sticks G and the other Packers fans out there will like that. Man, this guy is a legend in the TTM community. Mr. Elroy Face, free of charge, 101. And I love this set right here. I've been getting a lot of these out, the top archives reserves. This is probably like my 20th one of these. I'll probably see a couple more of these in the episode. This is just a beautiful card. Beautiful and shiny. Just love that card. Bam. Man, it's like old and still sounds way better than some of these young players today. Mr. Jim Merlo, 2 of 2, free of charge. Bam. For the Saints. Don't know any Saints fans to shout out, but sit there and did enjoy watching them when Drew Brees played for them. Another point for the 80s. Mr. Mowat, free of charge, 4 of 4. Do have a couple of dupes here as well. Sit there and we'll eventually be trading off 2 of those. All right. Point for the 80s, Kevin Long, free of charge, 3 of 3. For the Jets, all right. Next one is Mr. Bill Fahey, point for the 80s, 5 of 3, free of charge. Got the 78, the 81, and another 78. Thought maybe one of these might have been the Burger King set where the numbers are a little bit off. And I've been trying to send out some of those. There's been a couple of times where I sent out the Burger King plus this one. You can't really tell it unless you flip it over. It's got a different number on the back is the way you can tell. I sent out a couple of those accidentally, like the same visit, and the person thought I was sending it, so they didn't sign one of them. So I try to make sure, to only do that sporadically. Steve Nelson, free of charge for the 80s, 4-4. And do have 4 beautiful autographs of Mr. Steve Nelson for the Patriots. And got a dupe there as well to be able to eventually trade off. All right. So here's the card I'll be giving away. Once again, it's a Hall of Fame autograph. Mr. Harry Carson, 80s, Hall of Famer, 3 of 2. I got a bonus. I'm going to gift the bonus away. So this will be given away today. Thank you for your donation, Harry Carson. And I will probably as well send out an additional Hall of Fame autograph as well, if I can find one for your PC team, just to kind of give you a heads up, or at least a couple of TTMs as well. But the 2 new TTMs for my collection, I didn't have either one of these, is this beautiful Harry Carson with the inscription Hall of Fame 06, and this one as well. To me, this dude was a beast of a player. I enjoyed watching Lawrence Taylor, but sometimes you forget about Pepper Johnson, Harry Carson, and how much of a beast of a football players those guys was too. So then the next one I got Lenny Moore, $20 for 3. He's typically $10 per, but once again I tried to do a little, hey, if I send 3, maybe they'll sit there and take 20 and sign them all, and he did. 3 of 3, Hall of Famer, Lenny Moore. I love these here. This is some sick vintage ink on some beautiful vintage cardboard. Inscribed it each one with his Hall of Fame 75. Beautiful Baltimore Colts. Baltimore Colts. Bam. All right. Ken Houston, Hall of Famer, 2 of 2. Free, but I sent $5. A lot of times with these Hall of Famers, I'll try to send a little donation. Maybe they unscribe it with their Hall of Fame year, unless I already know that they will without, like Mr. Mock earlier. All right, we're on week number 3. And that's the stats right there for this week. You can pause if you like, but I'm going to keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Get me a little drink in me. All right, the first one is 1 of 2, but he did give me 2 index cards, though, so that's pretty cool. Look like he's 1 per, free of charge. Or maybe he kept one of my cards. I think that's what it was. He kept one of my cards, signed one, and then sent me 2 index cards for my Bears, the Bears. All right. Next return for your NASCAR fans, Mr. Kyle Petty, free of charge, 3 of 3. First time I sent to Mr. Kyle Petty. And got some more ink. All right. Scott Hunter, 2 of 2, free of charge. Some more Packers love there and the Falcons as well. So, once again, 2 different teams. Love getting ink from both teams that he might have played for. Next one is Mr. Wayne Garrett, 2 of 2, free of charge. Love the 72 tops with some ink on it as well. Gonna pause for half a second. I feel a cough coming on. All right. Mr. Jake Gibbs, 1 of 1, free of charge. Boom, look at that beautiful ink with the Yankees, that big old vintage catcher's mitt there. That is too sweet there. Love that vintage card, vintage pose there for a catcher. Try to get me a little cough drop in me. Got Mr. Mike King for the 80s, 3 of 3, free of charge. And do got a duplicate there as well for the Falcons. A nice tackle. All right. Keith, I can't pronounce that last name. Not going to try. Free of charge for the 86 of 4. Got 4 different ones there and 2 index cards. So I know a couple of Eagles fans that I need to send out a couple care packages to. So somebody might be getting some of that ink eventually. Mike Gubzuke, 80s, 5 of 5, free of charge. Got one of those Topps minis from 89, the 88, the 85. That looks clean. Then the 89 Donruss, and then the 90 score. I think he gets a lot of ink requests, so he sat there and kind of got a very short abbreviated autograph. But Mr. Kelly Gruber did not know he needed donations or took donations. If I'd have known that, I definitely would have sent some. But he did leave a little kind of note saying, I take donations. Definitely going to send back out to him soon so I can definitely give stuff. There's one guy that asked $10 per autograph. That's probably like $1, $2 autograph kind of guy or whatnot. But I'll send to him on the regular for $10 because he donates to a children's church camp thing for, underprivileged and handicapped children to go to summer camp. So I just love the opportunity to do that. So I wish I'd have known. Ruben Mays, free of charge, 80s, 3 of 3. And bam. Got a 1,000-yard rushing. So dude was a beast of a little running back in the day. Got a dupe there as well. Mr. John Curtis for the 80s, 2 of 2, free of charge. 81 tops. And then the 78 tops. All right, this is like a 80s and a point from my 86. Craig McMurtry, 2 of 2, free of charge. Another hint there for the giveaway. All right, James Lofton, Hall of Famer, 80s, 3 of 3, $10 per. James Lofton, such an underrated receiver. Love that card right there with some stats from that year. Bam. I don't know any Packers fans out there, Sticks. LOL. Hall of Famer, 80, Steve Largent, $10 per, 2 of 2. Now, this guy was another stud of a receiver as well. He played on a lot of crappy Seahawks teams back in the day. So not a lot of people got to really, truly see him. But dude was a beast of a receiver. 1,000-yard club every single year, just about. Got Mr. Harry Gant, another Hall of Fame NASCAR. Another Hall of Fame NASCAR right there. He sent me a little website thing with his name on it. I'll flip that out if anybody wants to go to get any of his swag. Then got some of these Donruss variation cards of his, all with ink on it. Next one is a Hall of Famer, Orlando Cepeda. $20 per, 1 of 1. Bam. Another one of those Topps Archives Reserves. That's the rookie card reprint, and that's a beauty right there. Absolutely love that card there. Absolutely love it. Next return, Bill Mazeroski, $10 per. And here recently, I just his complete base Topps playing day run from 57, his rookie card, to 72. Yeah, 72 was a booger because it was a high number. And people was wanting 40 and $50 for it when it typically sold for about 15 to 20 in the kind of condition I was looking for. but everybody was wanting that. Here's a duplicate of the 1970 tops that I have, though. Had it, so I sent it out. One of the next guys I'm going to try to complete the plain day run is Burt Blyleven, so people will be seeing him in my regular rotation here soon. 2 of 2, $20 per. So each one of these cost me 20, but I'm going to go ahead and complete it. I just love the novelty of getting every single plain day card of somebody and having an autograph too of a Hall of Famer. This is an O-Pee-Chee version though, so I'm eventually have to send out the regular. I might just say that O-Pee-Chee is the 79 and just call it good. Bobby Bell, $30 per. Probably not going to send to him again, but these cards were just so beautiful, and I'm trying to actually complete this set. So I went ahead and did it. Hall of Fame 83. But this card was just so beautiful. It just looked like it was made for ink, and I got into these two cards so cheap that I said I had to. Since the Kansas City Chiefs is kind of like my secondary team right now, since I'm a big Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce fan. This being a Chiefs Hall of Famer, I went ahead as well, snagged it up because of that. All right, moving on to week number 4 of 5. There's those stats for this week. You can pause and check that out. The dreaded RTS is the uh, Arkansas guy. I think Cliff Harris played Razorbacks, if I'm not mistaken, but he was a Cowboys Hall of Famer. A lot of people sit there and say he's one of the best Hall of Fame defensive players ever. Dude was just a grinder. Sit there and just played every play really, really hard. That's the address I had. If anybody knows of a good one, please let me know. Do have one from my Braves here, 4-4, free of charge, Mr. Odabe McDowell. Got the beautiful 90 Donors, 90 score, 90 tops, and the 91 flair. And he inscribed that one as well. I like it when they do that, where they still give you most of your regular ink, but then they find one just to sit there and still just inscribe it. That's just does the trick for me. Perfect. This is another TTM beast, Carl Erskine, 2 of 2, free of charge. One of my friends, I think TTMer sit there and just talked about him. A chance encounter that they had with his granddaughter or somebody like that, I think. And they just started randomly talking about baseball and TTMs and stuff. And and this was the guy. So he immediately went home and sit there and sent out a couple of cards to Mr. Carl Erskine to get signed just because of that chance meeting. But he already knew about it. But check out this beautiful LA Dodgers ink. Those cards are clean. Definitely one of my favorite autographs of this episode for sure. Got Mr. Terry Harmon, free of charge. Got some Phillies ink. Shout out to the Phillies guys again. Got some duplicates for my quote Phillies buddies. That I need to send out a care package to. Larry Hand, free of charge. 3 of 3. For the Detroit Lions. Got some duplicate ink as well there. Bam. Lou Piccone, 2 of 2, free of charge. For the Bills. Bam. Once again, loving that vintage football ink. Mr. Larry Sipple, free of charge, 3 of 3. For the Dolphins. So and know a couple of Dolphin fans, Rafa and Trucker Tim. All right, Mr. Greg Pruitt, 3 of 2, free of charge. Some more Browns ink right here. And then a little index card as well. Thank you very much. All right. Giveaway. Announcement. Cecil Cooper, $5 per. Card number 385 for my 86 top set. And boom, the 86. Check out that beautiful autograph. All right. So here's another one of the questions that's going to be asked. Mr. Eddie Payton is actually a brother of a very famous football player with the last name Payton. You already know who that is. I ain't got to tell you, I hope. 302, listen, me just sit there and say greatest running back of all time in many people's eyes. At least top three for sure. Him, Jim Brown, maybe Barry Sanders, possibly Emmitt Smith, just depending on who you're talking to. But boom. Once again, I appreciate everybody stopping in the streams tonight. I'm just trying to treat this as a regular video. Team 80s 4-4. And I'll pop up and do another live stream where we can talk more about these cards, plus a couple of things I got going on in my collection that I might need some help with. So please turn back. I'm sitting there needing to move half of my collection. I'm going to give people some insight on some of the things I'm going to be doing as well with some of my new mystery packs coming out and some of the banger cards that's going to be in it. The next return is Jose Cardinal, $5 for two. Team 80s, 2 of 2. Boom. Check out that nice Cubby ink and that nice Fro, Kansas City. Bam. Sent out to him here recently, and he was only $1. I mean, he's one per for free, then $5 for the second card thereafter. So he unfortunately didn't sign the Team 80s point, so I needed to send back out to him, and bam, I did. Charlie Smith, free of charge, point for the 80s, 5 of 3. Bam. Got a couple of little index cards as well. Thank you so much. Once again, some more doubles for my Eagles. John Smith, Team 80s, 4-4, free of charge. Boom. Patriots, 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 and a dupe. Bam. Mr. John James, Team 80s, 3 of 3, 3 of 7, free of charge. For the Falcons, on all three. 3 different ones, too. All personalized to me. I think this is the first Hall of Famer here, and another point for my Team 80s. $20 per, Mr. Paul Molitor. And boom, I got him on the beautiful 1980 tops. Now, he does use a fine tip marker there, so it does look a lot better in person. It's a little bit harder to see through my quote iPhone camera here. Next one is Mr. Rhino, another Cubby legend, $10 per. Yeah, if y'all ain't checked out my VR Mania, my last one, I talk about why the Cubbies are one of my quote mistress team. Outside the Braves, I like 3 other teams probably about equally as much. And y'all to check it out. I showed a lot of really cool cards. Plus, I tell a little bit more about my card collecting and also why the Cubbies is one of my quote secondary favorite teams. All right. Another Hall of Famer for the Hockeys. 2 of 2, $10 per. Mr. Gary Cheevers. And check out that beautiful vintage hockey ink. Eat your heart out, hockey fans. That's 2 beautiful cards there. All right. So my special shout out of this episode is going to go to the MMA UFC GOAT of YouTube channels, Mr. Cloudsy420. Now, he does like to get a little hyped up and creative, uses some foul language from time to time, but he's right on point with his cards, his collection, and his passion for his hobby. And he's just all the time supporting everybody that supports him. He supports them. Long overdue shout out for his channel. It's been a minute since I shouted him out, but with me getting a quote Hall of Fame MMA legend autograph, I couldn't shout out anybody but him. And then quote another one of my questions for today's giveaway. You have the beautiful Joanna Jurczyk TTM autograph. This was out for a hot minute, but it finally did come back, and I was very stoked to get that. Next return is going to be Mr. Charlie Joyner, Hall of Famer, 2-2, free of charge. Very underrated player. Another very underrated wide receiver back in the day. Mostly played for the Chargers from what I remember, but looked like he was on the Bengals as well there. All right. Last one for this week, and got one more week to go. Mr. Raleigh Fingers, $15 per. And boom, another those beautiful top archives reserves. This is just an image of the trio card that he's on with his rookie card. I like the way they did this with him by himself versus all three players. But that's a sick looking card. Bam. Bam. Look at those monsters. All right, let's go ahead and boom, get into this last week. There's my stats. There's my stats for this week. Unfortunately, the dreaded RTS this week comes from one Bubba Wallace. I actually got this dude back one time previously, and maybe he's just a one-time lifetime per or something other. I'm not sure. Anybody knows anything about Bubba Wallace, please do let me know. Please do let me know. All right, I got Mr. Darrell Thomas free of charge, but I got 0-2, so it's another unsuccessful. So once again, if y'all know anything about why he doesn't sign, whether he charges now or just not signing, please let me know, my TTM brothers. All right. I wanted to sit there and have something like little Santa Claus, because I got claws, right? It's not Santa Claus, it's Bobby Claus, though. Free of charge, 3 of 1. Damn. Some nice, beautiful Mets ink right there on a vintage 66. And then I got a couple of index cards as well. Once again, shout out to all the awesome people in the chats out there. Sitting there trying to keep this more like a video for right now. 1 or 2, one per. I forgot. I knew that, but I forgot when I sent these out and tried to put 2 cards in there, but I did get this one back signed. We'll eventually get the other one signed as well. Bam. The next return is going to be Mr. Bill Milton, free of charge, 2 of 2. And bam, those look sweet. Those look really nice and clean. He's got a nice little simple, clean autograph. Doug Collins, free of charge. Shout out to Tony, Sensei Domino. He was showing a Doug Collins, and he initially said Hall of Famer today or last night on his live stream vid. And Doug Collins was like a finalist to go into the Hall of Fame this year. I think eventually he will get in as the Hall of Famer. So I've been trying to send out a card of his every now and then as well to go ahead and get it off so I can, quote, quote, beat the rush to the door for his Hall of Fame ink. Bill Sampson, 3 of 13, 6 of 6. Sent $5, even though he's typically free. And the guy sent my $5 back. He sent my $5 back, y'all. Check that out. You know, I send $5 out when I can, when I'm sending out 5. Sometimes I don't note it, but the fact that the guy sit there and sent me my money back, I had to, you know what I'm saying? If I send out usually 5, I just send 5 out, whether I noted over here or not. Bucky Dent, $20 per. I just love some Allen McGinter ink. And then when I pulled this, shout out to the great Julie Farnham and the great For the Pools in the epic event known as the Great A&G Hunt, Spinach, Goose, and the Sea and Tires. This is one of the cards I pulled, and immediately there's like 3 or 4 TTMers. I sent them all out just in honor and respect to that contest. Bam, got a Bucky Dent. Got the another 80s. Quote, a clue right there, Mr. Terry Kennedy for my giveaway tonight, free of charge. For my 86 top set, got Mr. Terry Kennedy, and I got an 81 tops as well. So a point for the 80s and another card for my 86 set. I think I'm up to 294, something like that now. Tom Brookins, point for the 80s, free of charge, 3 of 3. Welcome everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate y'all stopping in, trying to make this long video a short video as possible. Since I'm doing 5 weeks worth of TTMs, I'll restart up another live stream very shortly where we can talk hobby talk and some more about these awesome autographs tonight. Another point for the 80s, 3 or 2. Initially, I thought it was 3 or 3, and then I looked back and said, no, I didn't send out this one card we're at here. He sat there and sent me his own personal custom card. Got a couple TTM legends out there that would do this, but I didn't know he was one of them. And so that is sick. Ohio State, even though I'm not a fan of his college team he played for, uh, but definitely love me some TTM ink, and thank you very much, Mr. Tom. Bam. Next one is Mr. Gary Lavelle, 80s, 404, free of charge. Boom, check out those shades on the man. For the Giants. Bam. All right, next one is going to be a Hall of Famer. Point for the 80s, free of charge. Mr. Goose Gossage, a Hall of Famer, signs for free, y'all. And on that beautiful 1980 tops. Check out that beautiful autograph. Just wrote it in the perfect. This guy writes his autographs in the perfect spot on every card, too. Every single card, he's got a specific spot he'll autograph every last one of them. And it's the quote, quote, what we call the sweet spot on a baseball. He finds the sweet spot on a baseball card every time. Love some Goose Gossage autographs. All right. Check out another Hall of Fame hockey player ink. Free of charge, Rod Langway, 2 of 2 for my 80s. For my 80s. Bam. Got him on the Norris Trophy card. And then a Stadium Club. Bam. That. Bam. That card is really sweet there. Next return. Once again, like I said, I'm going after Burt Blyleven, $20 per. Another card from 86 set as well. Let's go. Got Burt Blyleven on the 86 tops. I'm a big fan of Michael Myers. Is a great TTMer, and I like his philosophy. If these guys charge his fees, I don't really mind sending back out to them, fairly close. A lot of these guys are using that money for either donations or charity, which is much appreciated, and are, a part of their, quote, livelihood of raising money. So that's my philosophy, Mr. Michael Goulet. And I did send $5 for this Hall of Fame rookie card because I sent out to him fairly shortly before. I wanted to go ahead and get one with his name actually off on that. So I sent back out to him, and I went in and scratched the whole complete thing off so I could have one with his name showing as well. So I got another Hall of Fame autograph of a hockey player, even on his rookie card. Boom. All right, we got just a few more to go. Another Hall of Famer here, $10 per, Roger Worley. I try to send out 5 Hall of Fame TTMs per week, and I was chasing for one, this week. I don't usually like to send out, other, quote, what I call a second-tier Hall of Famer. I don't really know Roger all that well because it was before my time, but needed one for this week, so I went in and picked this one up, and boom, sent it out. It's still got a really clean autograph. I like it, but I needed to get 5 in the mail. And boom, I got Mr. Whitey Herzog, $5 per. This dude is a beast of a TTMer, and I got his rookie card for a second time. I already got this signed once previously. It took me a while to find the first one card at a fair price, and found this one somewhere. I can't remember, for like maybe $5 or something like that. I bought that quick. Bam. All right. Shout out to my pops. This is one of my dad's 2 favorite players, Mr. Jim Palmer, $10 per. I love getting his autographs back any chance I can. And bam, another top archives reserves. Told you y'all would see a few of these this episode. Remember, I also got Elroy Face earlier as well. Last but not least this episode, $5 per, Mr. Cerny Jurgensen, Hall of Famer, vintage football again. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Beautiful Hall of Fame 83 inscription as well. So that concludes this episode. I got one last deal to do. My standard question, of course, as well. Which of these was your favorite autograph or favorite? I know multiple autographs this time. So just give me some chats down there and name a few. Also, if one of these players just kind of reminded you of watching them as your favorite athlete or something like that. But I do have 3 questions because I'm going to give away, quote, a Hall of Fame autograph for Mr. Harry Carson. And check out this. This is his custom card, y'all. Harry Carson, number 231, and he autographed the back of it. So that's going to be given away right now. First person in the chat answers this question in the chat will win that autograph. So let me get some thumbs ups or something like that if y'all ready. Some thumb ups or ready or something other. Let me know. One person. Anybody? All right, I see Matt. All right, I'm going to ask 3 questions. The first person that answers all 3 questions will sit there and win that autograph. Please do remember that you need to message me via my email and or my Instagram, which is listed in the description of this video. First question is, who did I make a special shout out for? Who did I make a special shout out for? Question number 2, name one of my new 86 top set cards for my set. And the third question is, name the famous brother of one of my TTMs today. I had a TTM of a very famous football player, and every last one of these I put away on that TTM. First person that puts all 3 of them in the chat correctly will win that autograph. So I gave away clues. Hopefully some people took some notes. Oh, Matty Ice cheated. He sat there and definitely wrote it down. Congrats, Matty Ice. As soon as you send me my package and I'm able to look through it, I'll be able to send out yours. We're making a trade, so I'll put that in along with that. I'm going to close down this stream. I'm going to start a new one here in probably about 20 minutes. We'd love everybody to come back. We'll talk more about some of these autographs and as well about my 6 mystery packs I got coming up. Plus, talk about how I'm going to reduce some of my collection. And that might be a beautiful thing for some of y'all because I need to get rid of about half of my collection. And I'm going to talk about maybe possible ways of doing that. So if you'd like to hear some details of that, please do come back. We'll talk some hobby talk as well. Anybody wants to pop in, you're more than welcome. But I'll see y'all in a few. Please take care. Stay chipper. Have a blessed one, fellas and ladies.